Welcome back to another episode of Cup of Joe Crypto, where I bring you the latest news in BTC and all cryptocurrency related projects/issues. First off, I want to say I am not a financial advisor. Anything I say is not financial advice. I am only bringing you the news. What I say is my opinion and my opinion only. If you are to invest in anything, always do your own research. Again, please guys, starting off a crypto channel, most of you may not know, is very, very difficult. Hit that subscribe button, pound that like button. The first 100 subscribers will be randomly selected and one will receive $100 in free Bitcoin. So, jumping right into the market, showing market cap of $266 billion with the BTC dominance staying steady again at 70% even. BTC seeing a slight gain, remaining at 10,420, with Ethereum with a slight gain up to $180. We'll go ahead and look at the top 10. Anything worth seriously noting, EOS right now has the top gain of any top 10 coin, and Cardano has a nice little bump, bringing it up to about 0.047%. Guys, as I'm sure a lot of us YouTubers are, we're aware that Binance is being closed out to us. We are going to have to start looking to alternative crypto exchanges. I know I will be using Qcoin as one of them. I do have many in which I use. I spread, I diversify all my money. So actually, I never keep it on exchanges, truthfully, but whatever exchange I do decide to trade on mostly goes back to Qcoin. So jumping into the first story by Adrian Zamazinski, crypto exchange Binance.us to launch in the coming weeks. Major cryptocurrency exchange Binance's United States-based branch Binance.us will launch in the coming weeks, preceded by Know Your Customer KYC registration a few days earlier. According to a Medium post published by Binance.us on September 6th, while the launch of the trading platform itself is expected in the following weeks, KYC onboarding will start a few days earlier. The aim of this is to ensure that users will have time to verify their accounts and deposit their funds. KYC requirements. To complete the onboarding process, users will be required to provide a valid government ID, driver's license, or passport, and their social security number. According to the post, the list of states where Binance.us will be available is not yet finalized, but it will be released before the start of the onboarding process. As Cointelegraph reported previously, cryptocurrency enthusiasts living in the U.S. lost various trading options for many crypto assets since Binance became unavailable to them in September. So guys, where will a lot of you guys be doing your tradings at now that Binance is closed? Will this be one of your options? From what I've read, it will have maybe 10 coins on it, if that. I'm sure in time it will grow, but for now, when it's first launched, it'll be extremely limited as to what you can trade. So here's the $1,000,000 question. Bitcoin price. Will Bakkts launch this month take BTC to new highs? Bakkt has been approved, and starting September 6th, clients will be able to deposit their funds into the Bakkt warehouse in anticipation of trading beginning on September 23rd. Is this time different, or will the market reaction to the latest institutional product launch echo that of the CBOE futures launch in December 2017, which resulted in BTC price dropping 85% over the following 12 months? Institutional investors to trade actual Bitcoin on Bakkt. A key difference between the CBOE and the CME future products and Bakkt is that the futures contracts through Bakkt is settled in Bitcoin, not cash. This will be significant as it means that the clients who trade the product will receive actual Bitcoin in their accounts upon settlement instead of dollars. The continued development of institutional grade products for both trading and custodianship should be perceived as bullish for the asset class, as it allows for greater access to these markets for investors as well as increasing general liquidity. Let's take a look at several key indicators to see how Bitcoin's price is currently behaving in the run up to the Bakkt launch date. So There's the CBOE launch up here with the red indicator, red arrow pointing down, and you can see it's been pretty volatile. BTC slash USD volatility dropping off. While the Bitcoin market has been dropping in volatility quite substantially over the past month, this has led to a very clear consolidation pattern to form with the $9,000 marker serving as immediate support and a downward sloping resistance which is currently sitting at 11,000. Typically, when volatility drops off to this degree, it is an indicator that the next move will be a large and explosive one. So there's another chart that shows you the Bitcoin volatility and how it's kind of slowly becoming less volatile. The hash rate keeps hitting new all-time highs. If an increasing hash rate is a sign of confidence in the network as well as an indicator of the underlying health and interest in the network, then the Bitcoin network is the strongest. The Bitcoin hash rate has been steadily rising this year as new batches of miners and mining operations come online at a quickening pace ahead of the block reward halving next May. Keeping a close eye on the volatility index as well as the hash rate can be used as leading indicators to determine when a large move is likely to occur, as well as giving insight into the health and interest from investors at a network level. So that goes on to state that consolidation continues, but a large move is on the horizon. The market conditions over the past week have been low volume and choppy and not advisable to trade in. Given all the factors listed above, a high value trading opportunity is rapidly approaching, with resolution to likely take place in late September or early October. As the price hovers above the major support at 9100, the key level to watch for, an early signal of a trend reversal for the bulls, will be a breach and close above 9900, which is currently the level of the bearish throwback. If you're not familiar with that term, I invite you to check it out. So then it goes on to state that, and we'll go ahead and read this last part. The bullish scenario. The macro case for Bitcoin as well as network fundamentals make a strong case for continued strength for the asset class. But so we'll zoom in our perspective and lower our time frames from the near term to map out where the price could be in a bullish scenario. As previously stated, price needs to breach the bearish throwback level at 9,900 to confirm a trend reversal for the bulls, which would paint an immediate target at 10,200 and 11,000. Both targets serve as strong order blocks. These previously acted as pivot points in price action, and price often targets these order blocks as that there is where resting liquidity is, and they usually act as stopping points. So again, guys, to recap this, it seems that BTC's volatility is kind of starting to slow down, which is stables the market, which provides less fear, less people tending to pull their money out and kind of hodl and maybe even invest. As most of us are very curious to see how Bakkt's launching this month will have an impact on my market. In my opinion, I think it will affect the market to the degree, to what degree I'm not sure. I think it will have a positive effect, but I don't know what if it will have a tremendous one. But only time will tell. Bitcoin futures continue making Bitcoin price ridiculously predictable. Okay, so this article by Will Heeson definitely had me thinking. Bitcoin started this week off in good spirits, citing an impressive rise of around 8%. Interestingly, analysts are attributing some of this action to the close of the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, the CME. And then that goes on to show you the 8% rise of this week. On Labor Day, September 2nd, the CME closed up shop. Far from the typical Bloody Monday the cryptocurrency markets typically exhibit, many crypto assets shot up, seemingly following BTC's price increase. Alex Kruger was quick to point this correlation out, nothing the gargantuan gaps within the CME Bitcoin futures charts. He goes on to state, large Labor Day CME gap, BTC pump started right when the CME closed. These gaps are created when Bitcoin or any other asset for that matter experience a rapid increase or decrease in price during a close of a traditional trading hours. So how do you play the gap? Well, here's a Alex Kruger's analysis. Bitcoin has a particular penchant for creating these gaps. According to data relayed from June in 2019 alone, Bitcoin has generated 10 of these gaps with an average price difference of 4.6% from the close of the CME. He goes on to state stats for Bitcoin CME weekly gap greater than 3% during 2019. There has been a greater gap than 3% on 40% of the weekend's bullish gaps mostly. The Sunday often stop run has resulted in an average move of open 2.4%. And this shows you the date, the gap, the absolute, the stop run, and the gap fill. This has become such an acceptable practice within the crypto markets that the analysts have come to expect at least some price action around the various closes of the CME. It goes on to give you different opinions, and it says this action can be extrapolated further as the majority of gaps are eventually filled, leaving many to speculate on either a rise or fall for BTC based on the position of the previous gap. Yeah, some people are saying it's predictable, which makes sense since we are becoming into an area of the market where we're seeing less volatility. And to go on to the last article, maybe to get you some of you guys pumped. I know it would pump me. Alex de Vabonia says price could soon double if history repeats itself, says a top trader. Cryptocurrency trader Josh Rager alleges that Bitcoin price could double if it follows the same pattern as during the 2016-17 bull market. He goes on to show that this is a current structure remind me of the 2015-2016 when Bitcoin did a 2.5 times from the bottom followed by a 6 months of sideways. Then out of nowhere and almost 2 times in price as Bitcoin slowly trended up to new highs. One thing is for sure, I don't want to see that 9K support break. Bakkt then, the BTC price rose from its bear market low of 220 to 550, which mirrors Bitcoin's ascent from 3,100 to 13,700 in 2019. After that, back in July 2016, Bitcoin skyrocketed to 900 out of nowhere. Hence, it is not unreasonable to expect a 2 times increase this time around, given the clinical nature of this market. According to Rager, the main challenge for BTC is not to plunge below the $9,000 support level. However, even if Bitcoin does experience another severe correction, he predicts that buyers will be back in the game in the upper 7,000 region, which I can agree with you there. And this is the same one stating what he stated before. If BTC price does break 9K, it's not really any reason to panic, as many buyers will likely step up in the high 7Ks. For me, it's having to sit through weeks of down/sideways price for which makes the market slow. But patience is the key. And guys, for us people in Bitcoin or any altcoins at all, we have to be patient. We are so far early on this technology that to go up so high or so low is a waste of emotion. In the end, we are just a drop in the bucket of compared to where we will be in the next coming years. Many people that you talk to in the streets have no idea what cryptocurrency is. Sure, if you're on Telegram interacting with many people, they have a great understanding and a great idea of what BTC is, the technology behind it, and what positivity it can can help with in the future. But Bitcoin has always had this stigma to it as something that hackers use and that's something that drugs were sold on. But I think we're slowly getting out of that sentiment. We're slowly starting to have the public understand what Bitcoin is and all the positivity it can bring. They need to stop just hacking or looking at the negativity. If you dive deep enough into anything, guys, you're going to see negativity. But if you step back and take a look at the whole picture, a lot of the times you're going to see the positive. The major drawback of this bearish scenario would be sitting through weeks of sideways trading, as I just said. Reported by you today, John Bollinger, the creator of the Bollinger Bands indicator, expects a major price move in the short term. Speaking of the long term, Bitcoin's power law growth model shows that the coin will be worth no less than $100,000 by 2028. Guys, I know I'm in this market till at least 2028, and I sure hope you are. Be patient. In the end, if you hold on to Bitcoin, it will surpass, in my opinion, that 20K barrier. And if you were a hodler, you would have lost absolutely no money once it broke that 20K mark. Guys, stay positive, stay patient, and stay hunting. Always look for a good crypto opportunity. Always do your research. Again, thank you for listening. Please hit that subscribe button. Please tell your friend. Help to grow that channel. And I appreciate even 1 view, 2 views, 3 views. I look forward to talking to you guys on the next time. And until then, happy crypto.